This is a story about how a mystical experience changed the way I make every single decision in my life. And I know if you listen, it'll help you too. You're probably gonna have to be like spiritual or spiritually curious to even get into this, but honestly, I've reflected on it a lot. And even if you're a 100% atheistic person, you can follow this theory to drastically improve your life. And the reason I say this is because the majority of us, I believe, make decisions out of a binary. I am a very, very gray, nuance oriented person. I wonder, maybe this is why I personally received this message, but in the binary, you are just equating things to good or evil. It would be right if I married that person. It would be wrong if I cheated on that person. It would be right if I went to church on a Sunday. It would be wrong if I robbed that grocery store. But we are in a major deconstruction phase, not only in our society, but in the world at large. We're looking more closely at all of the systems that have been built around us within humanity and really interrogating whether or not they're working anymore. You can see this in so many different areas. My point being is that when you look at this is right and this is wrong, all of them, mostly all of them, are built on morality, which very oftentimes morality is man-made and the world actually isn't so black and white. Side note, I want to do a story time on how all of this came to me, but right now I just want to focus on you and how this can help you, okay? So for my whole life, and I'm sure yours too, I have heard repeatedly, if there is a God, why would he let bad things happen to good people? And the answer to that question is because this is not a planet that's built for a good time. We can have a good time here, but it is clearly not exclusively us having a good time here. We are on this planet because we have arrived as pure light oneness. We are one. We are love. We are meant to commit ourselves to divinity and love. Love of God, love of neighbor, love of one another. But we arrive here, and this is the challenge. This is a polarity planet. The polarities are, as any polarity, they're opposites: masculine, feminine, dark and light, sun and moon, love and fear. Each and every brand new spanking baby of any species, by the way, arrives on this planet all the way over here on the love end of the polarity. Very important side quest. We are not to judge others. You can see this abundantly clearly in the fact that this polarity scale I'm showing you runs on a horizontal scale, love to fear, versus a vertical scale. You are not getting better than other people, ascending into love. You're here. Kind of unfortunately, I feel we spend our entire lives cruising up and down this myriads, 50 shades of gray and more polarity scale. You know, you would have to be a really divinely ascended person like Jesus Christ himself to actually remain over here. Most of us are spending time in this challenging gray zone. So the way we move on this scale is we are born all the way over here in complete love, polarity, Christ consciousness. The way we get introduced and begin moving down the polarity scale into fear polarity is through three primary emotions: love, fear, and pain. For whatever reason, fear being the most dominant. Fear, the message I was given, is like the ascended master of effing us up in this life. So as an example, let's say that you are over here, you've made it to 6 years old with barely any traumatic events in your life, and you are singing in the bathroom, looking in the mirror, holding your little brush, and you think you sound amazing. You might want to be a singer when you grow up, and your mother or a very important prominent figure in your life comes in and is like, "You're a joke. Were you just singing? Like, what was that? So embarrassing." This is the moment that shame and fear and pain, all of them, come knocking on your door. And these are vampiric emotions, very, very crucial to remember. If we are made of absolute love and divinity, then these are vampires. Another quick thing about these vampire emotions is that once they are in, injected into you, you can project them, eject them out onto other people. So this fabricated mother figure that comes in to shame you likely is drowning in a lot of her own vampire emotions, including shame. This is why certain people in your life don't like to see you shine. Anyway, how does this help you with decision making? First, I will tell you that it's not a theory, it's a principle, a universal principle of polarity of the universe. It is huge conceptually, and I can't wait to share more of it. But for the sake of this video, decision making. The thing that you have to remember is that Satan is the divider. So when you are importing shame, fear, and pain on the polarity scale, you know, you can be anywhere, you're over here. When you are making decisions out of pain, fear, and shame, you are in trouble because they are divisive, which means that when you are operating, going through the world, knowing that you're a complete loser and you can never be a singer because someone else told you that that's not possible for you, you are not going to be able to make a decision for yourself because you have been divided. You were once someone that was unabashedly singing in the mirror, believing in oneself, and suddenly someone comes in, makes you question it. That vampires into you, seeps under your skin, and suddenly, how are you moving through the world? How are you making decisions that are aligned with you, that are things that you truly believe in? It's impossible. So how are you moving these vampire emotions? How are you getting them out of your house? There are physiological steps you can take to achieve this. For me, doing talk therapy, EMDR, the more fun stuff, which is dancing, working out, making love when it's right, anything that you can do with your brain, your body, your physical self to really tune in and begin moving these emotions through your body. I always think of the comparison of the, I don't know the species, an antelope running away from a lion. Oh my God, I don't know my geography and my animals. Animals know this. They have this wisdom in the wild. When they are being chased by a predator and they get out of the predator's sight, they move it through their body. They shake it out. I mean, my dog does it when we get out of the rain. He shakes off his body. There are ways and practices that we can take in to do this for our own selves, and that's what I would encourage you to do, because long story short, these emotions need to move through your body so you can ascend, get back into the love polarity, which is an alchemy. It's the practice of alchemy. How do you take these negative emotions, these experiences that come at you on this polarity planet, and still commit yourself to the love polarity? I hope this helps. I have so much more to say, honestly, about this, but I'm running out of time, and love you.